So if you guys have not been paying attention, that huge fire that happened in California, this was the guy that started that fire. It was not because of global warming. It was because of a white man. Now, can you imagine if this was a black man that caused the California wildfires? Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine an uproar if this was a white man? Or if this is a black man? Now we're gonna call out the hypocrisy that I always call out. But let's read this. Let's start this off. We're gonna break this. We're gonna break the whole entire situation down. Breaking: white man Jonathan Rinderknecht. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know. Arrested for igniting daily Palisade. What? How do you say this? Palisades. California area, city, neighborhood. Palisades Fire that killed 12 innocent people and torched 6,000 homes in LA's wealthiest neighborhood. Pacific Palisades. Hopefully I said that right. I don't know about California much as far as like cities and all that. I've never heard of the city before either. This monster tied to the most destructive wildfire in LA history. This is what one man caused. This looks like a movie. When I seen this video when it first happened. This literally looks like a movie. How insane this looks, man. That's ridiculous, bro. Wow. They don't even look real, man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. They literally don't even look real.
PCH are being blown by fierce winds. It is like driving through hell itself down here.
I'm assuming this was from an airplane or a helicopter, probably more so, probably an airplane. Seeing how high it is. This is crazy though. One person did this, y'all. One person did this. So, this fire, 12 people dead, $150 billion in damages. One man caused $150 billion in damages. He probably caused the most damage ever, like in any. I don't know. Somebody might fact check me on that, but this is probably the most damage ever, done by one person. Now I don't know how they found him. I have no idea how they could even find him, but Oh no. We about to get into it. I do remember a little point that I saw. But this is the guy. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We about to break all this down. All right.
Good morning. I'm Bill Asaley, the acting United States Attorney for the Central District of California. Today, we are announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht for igniting a fire that ultimately burned down the Palisades earlier this year, killing 12 people.
So Palisades is how you say it, not Palisades. Palisades, got it.
Destroying more than 6,800 structures, both homes and businesses, and damaging over 1,000 more buildings. The complaint unsealed today charges the defendant with destruction of property by means of fire, a felony that carries a mandatory minimum 5-year federal prison sentence and is punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison.
That's it? That's it? For what he did, he killed 12 people and caused $150 billion in damages and tarnished a whole bunch of other people's lives. Only 5 to 20 years?
The defendant was arrested yesterday on a federal criminal complaint near his Florida residence, and he's expected to make his initial appearance today in the federal court in Orlando, Florida. I stress that the complaint...
And he don't even live in Cali. He live in freaking Florida. That's wild.
Complaint contains allegations, and every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The allegations in the affidavit are supported by digital evidence, including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it. And we're going to put that up on the screen here once we get that going.
So they found this dude because he was on ChatGPT making pictures of, like, I guess his image viewpoint of what happened. ChatGPT is the police. Just letting y'all know, it's the police. I mean, I use it, but you know, certain things like work and stuff. But ChatGPT, the police. You ain't free on that motherfucker. You ain't free nowhere on your phone, but that's the police.
The allegations are, there it is. That's from his ChatGPT. That's an image he produced a few months before the fire started. It shows the city being burnt there. The allegations are further supported by the defendant's cell phone, his false statements to law enforcement, and his behavior during the Lockman fire.
This looks like some like biblical like immorality something. Like this look like something that's just like, I don't know. It's just wild. Like even the way that this is made, it looked almost biblical. Like it's just the wildest stuff in the world. Like it's crazy.
And his behavior during the Lockman fire, which the defendant is charged with maliciously starting shortly after midnight on New Year's Day of this year, and which eventually became the Palisades Fire. Late last New Year's Eve, Rinderknecht returned to Pacific Palisades after working the evening shift as an Uber driver. Two of his passengers told law enforcement that he appeared agitated and angry that night. After dropping off a passenger in Pacific Palisades, Rinderknecht parked his car and tried and failed to contact a former friend. He exited the car, walked up a nearby trail, took iPhone videos at a nearby hilltop, and listened to a rap song whose music video including objects being lit on fire. The defendant had listened to this song and watched its music video repeatedly in the days leading up to the Lockman fire.
We have to find a way to blame black people. We have to. There's no way this can just be something that is exclusively to white people or something that a white guy did. We have to find a way to blame black people. So it's the rap music that caused a grown man to go burn down a damn whole huge area of a state, a city, basically multiple cities. Black people did it. Black people did it. So I wonder if that logic applies to everything else that someone may do. Because if we use that logic to say, well, he was influenced by black people and influenced by rap music, well, let's use that logic on your whole black on black crime y'all love to talk about. Who creates guns? Black people don't make guns. Who creates bullets? Black people don't create bullets. Who does all of the, where does all these things come from? Where does the drugs come from? Where does it come from? What about all the movies when they talk about it? Scarface and, you know, Goodfellas and all these movies and all these Godfather movies and all of this crime ring stuff. Where does it come from? Can we use that same logic? Nah. That's different though, because they're white. It's right. It's because they're not black. We can't blame the whites, right? Come on, guys. Come on, right? We have to find a way to blame black people. They blame black people for why Charlie Kirk died. Charlie Kirk died because of blacks. 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 It's the blacks. Blacks.
12 minutes into the new year, environmental sensing platforms.
Good point, Femi. I want to know what rap song, because I can't even think of a rap song made by us that talks about burning downtown. Yeah, when did we listen to rap music? I'm like, man, I'm about to go burn the city down with a match and let California on fire. We don't even rap like that. What rap song did they play? I'm curious what rap song it was.
Indicated that a fire had started. It took the defendant several tries to contact 911 to report the fire. He fled the scene in his car, but turned around after passing fire engines driving in the opposite direction to fight the fire. While the Lockman fire burned, the defendant walked up the same trail from earlier that night to watch the fire and firefighters, using his iPhone to take short videos of the scene. Although firefighters suppressed the blaze, The fire continued to smolder and burn underground within the root structure of the dense vegetation. So that fire started on January 1st, and it smoldered underground for about a week until on January 7th, heavy winds caused this underground fire to surface and spread above ground, causing what became known as the Palisades Fire.
We got to blame the blacks, guys. We have to blame the blacks. And this is Gavin Newsom. He's under fire right now, as he always is, blaming the situation on global warming, like a lot of other Democrats and liberals like to do.
This is anomalous. Even, I remember Paradise happened in November. I mean, so there's no fire season in California. It's year round, but to have this level, the acuity of fires is without precedent. These winds are without precedent. And the challenge is these winds are going to continue on and off, a little bit less intense. Last night, you got 80, 90 mile an hour winds. These guys were just up there to try to mitigate the embers going 2 miles and getting just to go a quarter of a mile to try to save some.
What is the situation with the water? Obviously, in Palisades ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter in this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out. I mean, just when you have a system where it's not dissimilar to what we've seen in other extraordinarily large-scale fires, whether it be pipe, electricity, or whether it just be the complete overwhelm of the system. I mean, those hydrants are typical for 2 or 3 fires, maybe 1 fire. You have something at this scale, but again, that's going to be determined by the local authorities. This is anomalous. Even, I remember
Anderson Cooper don't never ask good questions. He's a homosexual that be sleeping with Don Lemon. I think so. So again, today we are announcing that arrested 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht on a criminal complaint charging him with maliciously starting what became the Palisades Fire in January. The complaint alleges that Rinderknecht started a fire in Pacific Palisades on New Year's Day, a blaze that eventually turned into one of the most destructive fires in Los Angeles history, causing death and widespread destruction. Among the evidence that was collected from his digital devices was an image he generated on ChatGPT depicting a burning city. While we cannot undo the damage and destruction that was done, we hope his arrest and the charges against him bring some measure of justice to the victims of this horrific tragedy. Rinderknecht's initial appearance is scheduled today at 1:30 EDT in U.S. District Court in Orlando. Rinderknecht is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Again, this just looks wild to me. This looks crazy to me. It look crazy to me. And as they typically do, a lot of the people who don't like to take accountability, left-wing terrorism caused the Palisades Fire. Now, I'm not defending liberals. I'm not a liberal. I'm a conservative. Fuck liberals, fuck the Democrats. But one thing that I will always do is call out the hypocrisy of a lot of conservatives and people who just hate black people. Because if this was a black man, you wouldn't see nothing. If this is a black dude right here, you would see nothing about anything that have to do with his political affiliation. It would have been, this would have said black terrorism caused the Palisades Fire. It would have just said black terrorism, not political party terrorism, right? So they never call out their own when it comes to white people operating in a way. Conservatives, Republicans, they never call out white people for anything. Anytime something that a white person does, the first thing they do is bring up, okay, what's his political affiliation? Oh, he's a Republican. Oh, is he homosexual? Oh, see, yep, he's gay. See, oh, he was trans. Oh, okay, see. Oh, Antifa. Oh, he was pro-Israel. Oh, see, they never take accountability for anything. They never do. Anytime it's something that has to do with black people, though, they don't give a damn about no political affiliation. They don't give a damn about no Antifa. They don't give a damn about no Israel. They don't give a damn about he was gay. Oh, you're just black. They're all the blacks. That's all that matters. You're just being black. But if it's white, it's all about what was going on in his mentality. This is how they were run from accountability, because they act as if only white conservatives and Republicans are the gracious people on God's green earth. It's just them. Everybody else is demonic and everybody is terrible, especially if you're black. That's how they operate. And again, media blame climate change for Palisades Fire nightmare. Turns out Biden donor climate nut just got charged for arson. Biden donor, not white guy, not Neanderthal, not Caucasian, Biden donor. You think if it was a black dude right here, it would say anything about a Biden donor? No. It would say he's a nigger. That's what it would say. That's what they would want to say. And here's Gavin Newsom again.
The President of the United States and Congress has refused to provide support to those that have been victimized by this arsonist and this devastation. $39 billion for months and months and months. And the President of the United States has said nothing. Speaker of the House said he's not interested in helping the American people that were devastated, lives torn asunder here in Los Angeles. I mean, where is the accountability in that respect? Where's the spirit that defines the best of this country? To be here for fellow Americans in the time of recovery, uncertainty. It's been months, not a peep from the President of the United States, not a word from Speaker Johnson. They haven't done a damn thing for the thousands of people who lost their homes and whose lives were devastated from this disaster. Not a word from the President of the United States. The President of the United States and Congress is...
Well, why would he? I mean, the way you talk, but the way Gavin Newsom talking about him, why would he? You claim he's a terrible president. He don't do nothing anyway. Now, should he? Sure, he should. Yeah, she's a president. Of course he should. Morally, he should. Of course, he's a president. But you claim he's the worst person in the world. He don't do nothing. What do you do, Gavin Newsom? Because there were things to lessen the likelihood of this happening by certain legislation that you just passed over. You glanced over because you didn't give a damn. When do you help the black people in these neighborhoods that created and made some of these places like LA successful, Hollywood and all these places successful? When do you ever do anything for these black communities that are getting, blanketed over by all these illegal immigrants and just immigrants in general? Why is, a lot of these California hoods like South Central just, hey, my friend, how are you, my friend, my brother, how are you? What are you doing today? That's all that's out there now. Historical black neighborhoods with a deep, rich culture and history to it. Now being blanketed over by, we don't want to hear that